Hello, international fans. I always wanted to be a singer. I got a D for acting in my
kidding?
school. Yeah, actually. When I'm with someone I love, I will be very bok back. I like to on.
Yeah. You have never been in a real relationship.
No,
Okay.
not at all. I don't have someone that I would call a fan. I feel like I don't need to go find that person, but
Okay.
that person will come and find me instead.
Yeah. Oh,
I'll check my DMs.
okay, just DM him.
I feel like many people expect me to be something that I am not. I really want to cry at that moment, but I didn't because I feel like I'm not gonna be handsome. Having fans singing my song at Impact Arena, and I feel like I reached a certain point of my life where I can call I'm successful. Yeah.
This is Community Featuring. My name is Vic, and welcome to the show. So on our Twitter or X, as they call it now, account, we've had this question pinned to the very top, asking the fans to recommend their most favorite idols to appear on the show, which so far we have had like 900 responses. And this young, talented idol, this actor slash singer, was easily in the top 5 of the most requested. And we were very interested in having him over again because actually we've had a short talk with him before in the form of the short clip around the time that the series he starred in was being aired. So I'm so glad today we've gonna have a longer conversation with him. So let's go talk to him now. Gemini น้องรุ่สวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีครับ Hello.
Hi. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for inviting me as well.
Yeah, and you're one of the most requested idol to appear on this show.
Idols.
Yeah, idols.
They call me as an idol.
Do you
Okay.
consider yourself an idol?
I don't really see myself as an idol.
So
because
what are you?
I'm someone who follows my own dreams.
Wow.
Yeah, but not an idol yet because I'm just 19 and I don't feel like I'm somebody's idol yet.
Okay. So, but in some sense, a lot of people, especially your young fans, look up to you and kind of like admire you for what you have done.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, because they also like wrote down all the reasons why we should invite you to be on the show, and apparently they have like high respect for you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, we're going to be
honored.
talking about your fans later too. So Gemini.
Yeah.
Good name.
Thanks to my mom.
Yeah, is that your astrological sign, I guess?
It is.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. I'm born in June of 13th.
I see.
But there's an astrological name for Gemini in the western side, but there's also a Thai side.
I see.
Of it.
Oh, so it's not
in
the
Thai,
same?
I'm probably a Pฤษภ or something like that.
Prishop. Okay. I think
I'm not
Prishop
sure.
would be Taurus, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's not the same timing in the
I
western
see.
side and
Yeah.
the Thai side.
The same thing for me too. Sometimes I'm like Virgo and sometimes I'm Libra.
Yeah.
So it depends on which calendar you're taking a look at, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we all have known you from my school president.
Yes.
Was that your first like official like work, or you have done some stuff before in the showbiz?
It's my first series that has on aired, but I have been playing in a series called Moonlight Chicken.
I see.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
That was
All right.
before, but
But not as a lead.
not as a lead.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's probably my first work that most people have seen me in.
Yeah. So altogether, how long have you been in the entertainment business?
About 4 to 5 years.
So around 2020,
2019.
2019. Okay, right before COVID.
The end of 2019.
I see.
Right before
okay.
COVID. Yeah.
What was it your like long time dream, like since you were very little, that you kind of saw yourself that one day I want to be like all those actors that I've seen
Not really.
on screen? No?
No, at first I want to be a doctor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've heard that about you too.
Yeah. At first I want to be a doctor.
Okay. But you didn't choose to study to be a doctor.
I joined the entertainment industry when I was like in 2019, right? And it was a time that it's kind of a changing period of my life to choose a path for me to go to university. And I had to play in a series, My School President.
Yeah.
And I didn't have that much time to be able to write all the things and revise to go in the university that I wanted to go in.
Yeah.
So instead, I just joined the series instead.
Okay, so basically you want to have time for both, like work in entertainment and also school.
Yeah.
Both. All right. Okay.
But it's quite hard.
Yeah, but very understandable because if you want to keep both, you have to make sure that you can accommodate both.
I think I can't. I think going.
Still struggling, huh? With
Yeah,
like
still struggling.
managing your time.
Yeah, it's very hard.
I think you've got good company there because a lot of people have the same problem.
Yeah.
Okay, how do you manage time like between like work and school?
Oh, I would
these
say
days?
it's quite hard. I kind of prioritized work before studying because I feel like when an opportunity comes, it's very rare for me to like say no to it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'm ready for it and I just want to do it.
Okay.
But learning is important as well. But I feel like there's more time for you to study later on when I don't have any work to do.
I see. Yeah. Okay. So what's right in front of you, and you want to grab it and do your best.
I think it's all about timing as well because right now I think it is my timing to do all the work and to go on and see my fans and I don't think that this will last for very very long. So I think grabbing all the opportunities would be better.
But who knows, right? Because I think your fans would love to hear otherwise. That, I want to stay as long as I can in this biz because that's how your fans can follow and your work. Okay. You said you wanted to be a doctor when you were younger, but when was the first time that the opportunity in entertainment business like show itself?
It didn't show itself. I put myself there.
Okay. All right. And why did you put yourself there?
My mom kind of persuaded me to go on an audition in GMMTV.
I see.
It was a show called Thailand School Star 2019.
Yeah.
It's my first audition and I kind of fluked into the entertainment industry.
Okay. So that shows that your mom or your parents had no problem with you being in this biz at all.
Yeah. They have no problem.
Wow.
They supported me like from the very first step of my journey.
So it must be great having like supportive parents.
Kind of. I don't know what to say, but it's a big pressure for me at first.
Okay.
Yeah.
On the flip side, could be a big pressure.
Yeah.
Because of course, they want you to do well. You also will want to do well.
They
as
have
well.
high expectations of me to do like the best in many things, and it's kind of hard to go on and do all of that to please everyone. But
So do they give you like critics like?
Not really. Not really.
Okay. All right. So you went to this audition for GMMTV and then you got the part.
Yeah.
And then after you've done with My School President, which was great.
Yeah.
And the next thing that came your way was also the singing opportunity. So
yes.
do you always know this about yourself that I've got a singing voice, I want to sing on the stage for the fans?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I always wanted to be a singer. I don't know why, but at my school, I was a school singer and I was in a band and I was singing in the school shows and different stuff.
So for you, it's like singing first and then acting later? I mean, second?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I got a D for acting in
You're
my
kidding?
school. Yeah, actually. And I was not confident at all doing acting. So I just in my life I was just singing all along.
Okay.
But acting is my first thing that I got to do in the GMMTV.
And how did you go from D to A?
Oh, it's not
In
an A
acting?
yet.
It's not A yet?
It's not an A
Really?
yet. I still don't feel confident
Okay.
doing acting, but
But it got
I'll try
better
to
a
improve.
lot, right?
Yeah, because they sent me to different acting classes before going on to play a series.
Yeah.
And different workshops with many people. So I kind of got myself to be more confident playing in a series. But singing was always my dream too.
Okay. So how were all those classes? Like, did you like have fun and find it to be a very challenging thing to do, or you would like, oh, I want to go home? What?
It's very challenging, but at first I wanted to go home. But I feel like learning new things is very important for me as well, because being in the entertainment industry is very challenging to be on the top always. And
Right.
I think we need to improve on many aspects of our work to be able to like maintain the
I agree.
fan base.
So before we get to your new song, talking about learning, let's talk about what you are learning right now, what you're studying right now. You didn't choose to study to be a doctor. Instead, you chose to study what?
BAScii.
BAScii.
Bachelor of Arts in Science Integrated Innovation.
That's fancy, man.
Very long.
Very long too. So I'm sure like everybody who has heard that must have asked you like, what is that all about?
Yeah, what is that?
Because I've heard like art and also science. Yeah. So it's a combination of both.
Yeah, it's kind of a combination of both.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a business world and there's this science arts world.
Right.
And they kind of combines it all in one
see.
faculty.
So in brief, what would you tell a person that has no idea what BAScii is, just to give them like a brief idea of what it is?
If you want to be an entrepreneur or you want to go on and do a startup business, this is the place for you.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, because new things are coming up like every day in the world, and you have to keep up with a lot of things like the innovation that's going on, the ChatGPT.
Yeah, I know.
There's a lot going on in the world, and learning in this faculty kind of guides you to be a better leader or a better working person in the world.
Yeah. Well, it sounds impressive, and it doesn't sound easy to study.
Oh, it's not easy at all.
It's not, huh?
Yeah. You
Yeah.
get to learn a lot of things. Like being in the faculty kind of replicates being a duck.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
you have to be able to do many things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like flying,
Yeah,
and swimming, and
swimming.
walking.
Yeah.
Gotta be able to do everything.
But I mean, ducks are in these days. So it used to be like a stigma, right? Like, you being a duck means you have no expertise in one thing. But these days, actually, people would want people who are more like a duck that be able to do like many tasks and many things.
Yeah, I feel like it can go on to do like many things instead of just doing one thing. You're good at one thing.
Yeah.
But if you're good at many things, maybe you can go on and do this, do that, do many things.
Yeah, and they can help each other out in some way too. Yeah. Speaking of being able to do many things, that's totally you. Like you act, you sing, and then you also have your own business, which we're going to be talking about later. But let's come back to your new single.
Okay.
So the last time I checked on YouTube, you've got like over like 4 million views already for the official MV.
Yeah.
And like over 100K likes and 6,000 something comments. So obviously people love it. And the single is called ใกล้เกิน
Too close to handle.
Too close to handle.
ใช่แล้ว
Yeah. All right. So tell us about this single. So what is the idea behind this song?
The song is actually based on my own experience at high school.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of got close with a friend, but not going over the line. Yeah, so this song kind of is Gemini the most.
Okay. So was it because you got friend zoned or something like that? Like, okay, do not step over.
It's not kind of I wouldn't call it friend zone, but
Or is it you stopping yourself
yeah,
from stepping over the line?
yeah.
Is it your experience from your school year?
Yeah, it
Okay.
is.
But that wouldn't be too long time ago. But has things changed in any way? Like you wouldn't stop yourself too often from stepping over the line no more, or what?
I would say go with the flow.
Go with the flow. That's a good word. Yeah, that's good practice.
I feel like everything has a pace, and going on with the flow, just living your life normally will lead you to a better place.
I see. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about the song. So, in real life, what kind of situations or emotions do you find yourself? Do you find it too much to handle? Like what kind of emotions? Like, have you ever been too angry to handle, or have you ever been too lonely to handle?
Workload.
Load. Okay.
Yeah, because nowadays I just do work 24/7.
Too busy to handle.
Yeah, too busy to handle.
Too busy.
Yeah.
Okay. So on the contrary, has anybody ever told you that you're too much to handle?
Sometimes.
You really?
Yeah. Too
So-
energetic to handle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it was like very long ago because
I see.
nowadays I'm too tired to
To be
entertain.
energetic?
Yeah, to be energetic.
I see. Okay. But you see that as a good trait for you yourself, like
Yeah.
being energetic. That's also a classic Gemini. Would people say
Yeah,
that?
it is because people often see me as an energetic person, a positive person, and I kind of give off like a positive vibe to the
The
environment.
upbeat vibe.
Yeah,
Stuff
so
like that.
people kind of expect me to be energetic all the time.
Yeah.
Which is, I think it's impossible.
Yeah. So when we are watching your series, you have like one character. But when we watch you on like variety shows, where you get to be your real self,
Yeah.
I think you have like all kind of range of emotions. You could be like super fun, and
Yeah.
you're very funny. You're a funny guy too. Yeah.
Sometimes because I feel like being myself is a very good thing. Yeah, just loving yourself and being who you are is the best thing that you can be because
Yeah.
you don't have to force yourself to be someone else in front of camera or behind the scenes. I just feel like being who I am, and if people loves me, they can love me, and if
Yeah.
people don't love me, and that's their problem.
Yeah. Couldn't agree more. Yeah.
That's their problem with
Yeah,
that.
they love you for you, and
Yeah.
you cannot change anybody's mind if they don't love you. Just
Just be
let
it.
them.
Just be it.
Okay, all right. So another thing that you've done, I've heard about your clothing business. So tell us about Divine.
It's my clothing brand. It's my first brand that I am a CEO of the brand.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I just released a new collection. It's called Shillcation for summer collection.
Showcation.
Shillcation.
Shillcation.
Yeah.
Oh, nice name.
Yeah, for summer vibes and beach vibes.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. What started all this? Was it like fashion is your passion, and then you turn your passion into business? Is that more or less what happened?
My family does a clothing business already.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, so I kind of went on and continued to do it in my own company.
So your own way, your own line, your own
yeah,
brand.
my own brand.
Okay.
Yeah, so I kind of learned how it works, and I just know a lot of things in this type of business. So I think, why not just do it?
Cool. All right. So why the name Divine though?
Divine, like godly.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like it's kind of gives off high quality sense to the brand, and also my name is astrological, so it kind of replicates how it is divine.
Okay. All right. So what would be the unique selling point of Divine compared to other guys in the market?
Me.
Oh yes, that
selling
would be
point.
like the main weapon of this brand.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I kind of put myself into the work. What I like to wear would be the thing I would sell. So it would be a unisex brand as well. I do kind of crop clothing as well, and there are clothes for boys and girls, and I would just sell what I would wear. So I feel like if you like my fashion sense, you would like Divine.
Wow, that's very simple and very practical as well when it comes to like building your brand, like using yourself as like
The face of the brand.
Yeah, the face of the brand. So you're your own brand ambassador.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really nice.
Thank you.
Okay. So how do you contribute to the brand? So, like you said you were the CEO. Of course, you do all the business part. But do you also like design clothes or give ideas of how the collection should look like?
Yeah, I design my own clothes.
Like in which degree of the detail? Like you actually
I draw it out.
Wow.
Yeah.
How do you teach yourself to do that? Or
I kind of have references from many different things that I like.
Wow.
And I just kind of accommodate it to what I like. Yeah, so when I'm free, I just draw like what I like. And I kind of give a concept to the brand. For different collections, there will be a new logo for my brand. Yeah, a new font, a new design, something like that.
Okay. So what kind of vision do you have for this brand? Like looking into the future, where do you want to take this brand?
I want my brand to be in different department stores.
Okay.
Yeah, in like many fashion brands right now in the
Okay.
department store. I just want my brand to be well known by most Thai people and international fans as well. Because right now there are many different international fans that are buying my clothes as well. So maybe having a store in the department store in Thailand and also maybe a pop-up store in many different countries.
Yeah. Like something physical that people can like go and visit and feel the fabric and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you also have like online store?
Yes. I do.
Okay. All right.
You can visit the Instagram page and Twitter
ขึ้น
page.
ชื่อ ขายของเปิดร้าน Okay. All right ฝากร้านด้วยนะครับ
Yeah.
Okay. So Divine.
Divine.
Okay. All right. So you are so talented. You can do so many things. So far, I'm impressed and I want to be just like you.
Oh.
But obviously we have like nothing in common. I mean like the way like our work or the way we look, the way we sound. But for one thing that I can be your twin, let's say.
Yeah.
It's if we think alike.
Yeah.
All right. So let's play the game. And this is created from your name, like Gemini.
Gemini.
It's like twins, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this game is called Can I Be Your Twin? So let's find out if Pibik could be Gemini's twin. All right, so it's collocation.
Yeah.
So the word collocation is the two words that often appear together and look and sound natural. So for example, if I say social, what do you have in mind? Social media. Okay. I might have like social life.
Yeah.
So if you say social media, I say social life, so we don't match.
Yeah.
So
We're not twins.
No twins. But if we say the same thing, you say social, I say social media and social media, then we match. So that kind of increases the chance for me to be your twin. All right. Okay. So let's play the game. Okay? So the first word, best. Okay. You got it?
Okay.
Okay, all right. So after 1, 2, 3, we say the whole thing, right? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Best friend. Oh, you said best singer?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that what you're aiming for? Like an award in the future?
Yeah. Being
Okay.
the best at everything, and my passion has always been singer.
Yeah.
So, best singer.
Best singer. I'm sure you can be. We can reach your
Hopefully.
star. All right. Okay. So I said best friend. Okay.
We're not twins.
We're not twins in that part. So how many best friends do you have?
Oh, very few.
Yeah.
I feel like there are only a few people that I feel like I can talk to and I can relate to.
I see.
Yeah, so probably around 2 in my life. Yeah, but I have a lot of friends that are not my best friends. But someone who I feel very self with would be only 2 people.
Oh, okay. So quality over quantity, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The next one. The word is high.
High.
High, as in not low. Okay.
yeah.
Just get it?
Yeah.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. High school.
High brand.
High brand. So is that also your aim for your
Divine.
clothing brand?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
High brand.
High brand. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. No twins. No
Not twins
twinsies.
again.
Not good so far. Okay. Let's try this one.
Yeah.
School.
School.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So think of it as something that is very related to you. That's a little hint. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
School musical.
President. Man, I'm practically giving that to you. Like
School president.
School president.
My school president.
I know, but that's 3 words.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Jesus.
But you said school band.
Musical.
Oh, school musical.
Yeah.
Okay. As in like the high school
High school
musical.
musical.
Okay. Do you like musical?
Yeah, I like
You want to start
music.
in one?
Probably if I have the chance to.
Okay.
Yeah, but
All right.
My school president. Come on.
Okay.
So
Okay.
sad. So sour.
Still no twins. Still no twinsies. Okay. Let's try this one.
Yeah.
Super.
Super.
Okay. Super.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Superpower. Oh, that kind of relates.
Because I did think of Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Superman.
Superman,
Same
superpower.
thing.
Yeah, okay, so half point?
Half point.
Okay. All
Super
right.
power.
Okay, we almost halfway now. Okay. Heavy.
Heavy. Okay.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Heavyweight.
metal. Heavy metal. Heavyweight.
Okay. Yeah, I should think of anything that related to you.
Yeah.
But is that the kind of music that you
No.
play? No, okay.
No,
okay.
but I just feel like heavy metal.
Heavy metal. Okay. Yeah.
AC/DC type.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Let's try next one. Red.
Red. R-E-D.
Yeah. R-E-D. Yeah. Think
Okay.
events.
I think we'll get this one.
Yeah. Okay. Just give it to me. Just
Okay.
one. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Red carpet.
Yes.
First one.
Yeah, it's my desperate attempt to like at least get 1 point out of this. Okay, red carpet. Yeah, you've been on any red carpets yet?
Yeah. I've been
Okay.
in some.
Right.
Yeah.
What was the experience like?
Very, very, very exciting. I feel like it's like a new world for me because in the fashion world and the acting world, the singing world is two very different type
Yeah.
of.
Alright.
It's in the same industry, but I feel like the fashion industry is very global.
Yeah.
And you can go on and do a lot of things. And, yeah.
Yeah, and did you wear your own brand?
No.
Okay.
Oh,
But
but yeah, I can't.
Did you?
It was a blue carpet though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
Uh-huh.
sometimes I wear my own brand and
Yeah.
many different.
Because we hear it all the time, like all celebrities like walking on red carpets, and people might yell like, "What are you wearing?"
yeah.
Yeah.
What's the brand that you're wearing?
Yeah. So someday people might say, "Oh, Divine."
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be nice, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Next one. Fast.
Fast.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm pretty hungry right now. And I'm just leaving it at that. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Fast food. Yes.
You're giving off hints.
I'm
Fast food.
desperate. So, do you eat fast food or you're very health conscious?
No. I eat a lot of fast food.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
kind of like go on and eat everything that's in
Okay.
front of me.
So how do you like take care of yourself? Like what you eat?
I don't.
You don't? Like you eat just anything you want?
We live for. I just live to eat.
That's the ideal kind of like living a life.
Yeah, living a life. You get the chance to eat a lot of things in life, so I think you gotta grab that opportunity.
Okay, next one. We're doing great. Yeah, we're doing better.
great,
Yeah.
Kind of.
Deep.
Deep. Okay.
Okay.
Giving off hints again.
What are you talking about? I'm
Okay,
just
okay.
yawning. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Deep
talk.
sleep. You're totally messing with me.
Yeah, I am.
Oh man. You don't want me to be your twin. That's
Come on, I don't get a lot of deep sleeps right now.
Yeah, so not a lot of deep sleeps lately, huh?
No. I don't sleep a lot. I sleep like around 4 to 5 hours a day.
That's too little.
Yeah, but I kind of cope with it.
You're still young. That's one thing that you're still very resilient. Like,
Yeah.
But you need more. Believe me, trust me.
I need more.
Yeah, get more sleep.
I'll try to.
Last one.
Last
Okay,
one.
last
Hopefully we'll get this one correct.
Yes, please. Okay.
Okay.
Take a
Take
Take
Okay.
a Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Take a break.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you for letting me your half twin.
Okay,
All right,
half
because
twin.
we got like 3.5 points.
Yeah. Take a break.
Take a break. So do
I
you?
gotta take a break.
Yeah, you gotta.
Yeah.
So you still like have time to yourself, like entertain yourself, going on a trip or stuff like that.
I think going on a trip is very draining for me. Yeah, so
Okay, so that's not relaxing, but a
it's
lot
not,
of work.
Yeah, it's not.
Okay.
I just feel like relaxing in my own bed and going out with my friends after work is a better time for me to take a break.
Yeah, I'm sure your fan, even though they like you and love you so much, they don't want you to take any long break because they still want to keep seeing you and keep supporting in all the work that you do. All right, so let's talk about another thing that could make you even busier, like in life.
Yeah.
So you've done like all the work, like business, singing, acting,
Learning
relationship.
relations. Oh,
You've said in like one of the interviews that you've done not a long time ago that you have never been in a real relationship.
Yeah.
So has the situation changed since then?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
All right.
But-
So when you say never, it's like never, or you still went on like casual dates.
I go on casual dates, but
I see.
Not. I feel like I don't have someone that I would call a fan.
Oh, okay.
Never had that kind of relationship before. But talking stage, yes. Yeah.
Okay. Do you feel any pressure? Because sometimes when we are super connected with like people, we see what's happening with other people's life all the time. Like people goes on date and stuff like that. Do you feel the kind of pressure or people asking you that, why don't you have a fan?
No.
No, okay.
Because nowadays I'm so busy already,
Oh,
and I
yeah.
don't have time to like
Okay.
go on and do that kind of stuff. So I think it's about timing as well, because
Again, right?
the right person comes at the right time. So I feel like I don't need to go find that person, but
Okay.
that person will come and find me instead.
Yeah. Oh, wow, that's very convenient. Like, okay, just come find me.
Just come
you
find
know
me.
I'm gonna be here.
Yeah. Just I'll check my DMs.
Okay, just DM him.
Yeah.
I got some pretty good idea that your DM must be like full. And
Oh,
people
no.
DMs. No?
No, not at all.
Okay.
No one texted me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. And because you don't allow people to get into your DMs, right?
Probably there will be a section that is requested.
I see.
Yeah, and I don't usually go in and
Yeah, that's smart choice. You just can't let anybody like come into your DMs.
I gotta have a certain type for myself.
Yeah, and like boundaries.
Boundaries.
Okay, but do you have any idea of what kind of boyfriend would Gemini be?
I would be a very busy boyfriend.
Okay,
A working boyfriend.
a working boyfriend. Yeah. So you're not gonna be any like cutesy, clingy.
I would be very
Oh,
clingy.
really?
Yeah, I would be very, very clingy, and I feel like I would be, as the fans called me, I am very bought back. Yeah.
Yeah.
When I'm with like someone I love, I will be very bok back.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why. I like to on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I can understand that.
Yeah, and when they call me bok back, at first I'm very shy, but I feel like that's myself.
Yeah, but you got it right, like what they meant.
Yeah,
by
I got it.
bok
I got
back.
it.
Yeah,
like,
okay.
Bok back.
Bok back.
Yeah, I am bok back.
Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about your like on-screen romantic partner.
Yeah.
Fourth.
Yeah.
Okay. How did you guys meet? When was the first time that you
Audition.
met him? Audition also.
Yeah, we went on the same show,
Okay.
Thailand School Star.
All right. So
Yeah, and we kind of met from there and learned in an acting class together, music class together, and dancing class, a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was your first impression of him?
He was very quiet,
Very quiet.
very
Really?
very quiet.
Okay.
He has like this own square around himself,
Like kind of a
like
wall.
a wall.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
And-
how long did it take you to like ruin that wall? Like
Very long because I feel like everyone has a wall of themselves, depending if it's high or low. And fourth was very high.
Okay.
Yeah, but I feel like I got to know him better throughout the years, and
Okay.
yeah, I get to work with him every day.
So was it like taking the brick out one by one, or just bam, and then it's like
Nah, one by one.
okay, all right.
Yeah,
Like-
because you're like this. Okay, I won't do the things that you don't like. And, yeah, something like that.
Okay. So people talk about how your chemistry on screen was like so great. So was the chemistry there from the beginning? Like when you got paired up together to do these roles?
I think it's already there because I feel like you can't force a chemistry. I think you have to go on and be yourself, be what you would be with him on screen and off screen. Yeah, and I think people kind of like how we are together and how we talk to each other, how we tease each other, and those stuff.
Yeah. What would you say is the best thing about him?
He is a hardworking person. He's very passionate and he's full of fire. He has that kind of passion that he wants to be the best at this thing and he'll go on and do it. Yeah.
That's the best kind of partner to work with.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. It kind of like drives you like ahead also.
I think we kind of drive each other to a better place.
Yeah.
Because at first, fourth don't sing at all. But when I sing and when we got a series that are related to musical content,
Of course.
he has to sing. And he tried very hard to go on and learn singing classes and also dancing classes.
Yeah.
And do a lot of things to make himself better at
Yeah.
that aspect.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
gotta admire that.
I admire him a lot.
Okay. So can you imagine if there's the next project where you guys have to star together as a couple again?
Yeah.
What kind of storyline would you like that to be?
We have one right now.
Yeah.
I just finished filming with
Oh,
him
okay.
about 2
Alright.
months ago.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a romantic comedy series again.
Okay.
But it's a series that was originated from Japan. Yeah, it's about my love mixed up. It's about rubber.
I think I've heard about that.
Yeah, the Japanese culture has that kind of writing on a rubber, and if you use the rubber up, and the person that you like will like you as well. Something like that.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay. So a lot to look forward to.
Yeah.
And when is that gonna be aired?
June.
In June. Oh, it's getting
Around June.
around your
not quite
birthday
sure.
too?
Around my birthday. yeah.
Wow, it's getting like very close.
Yeah.
Congratulations in advance. I'm sure it's gonna be a big hit.
Thank you.
As always.
Hopefully.
All right. Okay. So I was wondering, like, despite all the things that you are doing right now, like many things, you're still like in school and you're like sing, you act, and you have your own business. What other things or plans that you want to try out? Like, oh, I want to try get my hands on this so I know what it's like, or any other dreams of yours that you want to see it become reality?
I wanna star in a movie. Yeah, because I played in series, mostly rom-com series. I want to play in a thriller movie.
Oh, okay. What kind of role do you imagine yourself to be in?
A bad boy kind of role.
Ooh, like real bad, or like bad boy but still a hero?
No, real bad.
Real bad.
Yeah.
Killer.
Because I'm always like a green flag. I always get a character that's very green flag.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I
you
wanna
want to be
a
like red flag.
Yeah, a dark red flag.
Wow. Yeah. I think that's I see and heard a lot like about that for like actors who wants to like improve their acting, or like their ability, just to seek roles that like the most opposite of yourself, or things like that. Yeah. Okay.
I got actually in Moonlight Chicken. I played a character called Heart, and he is kind of deaf, so he can't hear anything.
Yeah.
And that was very challenging for me as well, and I really like that. So
Yeah.
I want to play in that kind of character again. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We can't wait to see you in like many roles to come.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I also want to like produce my own album.
Ooh.
Yeah, for my singing career.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay. Do you have any plan for that yet? Like what kind of music, or the concept, or the ideas, if you can share?
I don't have any concepts yet, but I'll try to make it very Gemini.
Very Gemini.
Yeah, because
Okay.
I feel like the album should be me. Because if it's not me, then I wouldn't want to sing it.
I see.
Yeah. So
Okay.
there will be a song in the album that I will be producing, and I will be producing on my own. Yeah, but hopefully it's coming.
Yeah. All right. So last but not least, we have to talk about your fans, because it's because of them that you're here. They like voted and nominated you for this show.
Yeah.
So tell us about your best experience with your fans.
It would be when my fans are singing Playing Rock at Impact Arena.
Yeah.
It was very mesmerizing, and it touched my heart a lot, because I really want to cry at that moment, but I didn't, because I feel like I'm not going to be handsome. Yeah.
Ugly cry.
Yeah, ugly cry.
You have to work on your cry too. Like handsome cry. Work
Handsome
on that.
cry. Yeah, but
Okay.
that was the moment that I've dreamt for many years. Like having fans singing my song, and also like at Impact Arena, where
Yeah.
it's like the dreams of many artists in Thailand and many people around the world. And I feel like I reached a certain point of my life where I can call that I'm successful. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope all of your fans, like all of your fans, are watching right now, and that would include international fans as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so since our show, we are doing our show in English, so I think it's a good opportunity for you to speak directly to them as well. So anything you want to say?
Hello, international fans. I think we've met in many different countries already, but hopefully I'll go to your country more often in the next year, or maybe this year. And there will be much more projects for me, for you to follow. And thank you. Thanks a lot for supporting me. I'm very grateful that I have you guys by my side. And hopefully we'll walk together in whatever is coming. Yeah, thank you.
All right, that's so nice, so sweet. Okay, so we've been talking for almost an hour now, and I think it's a lot of fun
Yeah.
to get to know you, and to hear about what you're doing right now and in the future.
Yeah.
But before we say goodbye today, since our show is called Community, I was wondering if you have any favorite words.
Community.
It could be in English or in Thai, yeah your word that you like a lot คำนี้ดีของ Gemini คือคำว่าอะไรครับ
I would say in Thai it's ช่างแม่ง
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 wow that's a good philosophy to
yeah
live
in
by.
English well, fuck it yeah like
you use that a lot I mean
I use
like,
it a lot
yeah.
it's always in my mind because I feel like if you take things into your head a lot there will be a mental breakdown someday and I feel like just ช่างแม่งor fuck it is a very good word for me to
let things go especially things that
doesn't
aren't that
matter
important
to me
yeah
because nowadays there are very different person and different aspects to what they think about me and I feel like many people expect me to be something that I am not so I feel like just fuck it and be myself and
yeah that show brings down your stress level I mean you don't have to like care about like every single thing that is even toxic or unhealthy
caring is good but caring too much is bad
I couldn't have said it better myself. So thank you so much, Gemini, for coming to the show. And I hope this is not our last time that we get to talk.
Of course.
So just please come and visit us next time you like come up with the new songs or the new series. Yeah, you're always welcome here.
Thank you for inviting me as well.
ขอบคุณมากครับ
ขอบคุณมากครับ
สวัสดีครับ
Candy Game Night Live on Stage ครั้งแรกที่คำดีๆจะชวนคุณผู้ชมมาเล่นเกมกันมีของรางวัลแจกด้วยนะศุกร์ที่ 21 มิถุนายนนี้ 6 โมงเย็นเป็นต้นไปที่สยามพารากอนลงทะเบียนร่วมงานฟรีที่นั่งจำกัดนะครับใครอยากเล่นเกมกับเราสดๆไม่ว่าจะเป็นการดวลทายศัพท์หรือว่าดวลการรายทำตามนี้เลยเข้าไปกรอกรายละเอียดในลิงก์ซิปอีเวนท์ที่เราแนบเอาไว้ข้างใต้นี้พร้อมกับคลิปที่คุณถ่ายเอง1 นาทีประมาณนี้
My name is Jitoy. I'm a video editor of the Standard Candy. Let me show you how I rap. ไปโกสโลช้ามาคำดำแบ็ก
Introduce yourself in English 30 seconds และโชว์ทักษะการรายอีก 30 วินาทีลงทะเบียนสมัครได้ตั้งแต่วันนี้ประกาศรายชื่อผู้ได้รับการคัดเลือกศุกร์ที่ 14 มิถุนายนหรือถ้าเกิดใครอยากมานั่งดูนั่งเชียร์เฉยๆแต่ไม่เล่นก็ได้เช่นกันครับลงทะเบียนได้ที่ลิงก์เดียวกันนี้ได้เลย Candy Game Night Live on Stage Play your way to better English ศุกร์ที่ 21 มิถุนายน 2567 6 โมงเย็นเป็นต้นไปสยามพารากอนชั้น 4 ลาน SCBX Next Stage มาเจอกันมาเล่นกัน